Hi there guys, Ken here, your Thrifty apprentice, and welcome to the 2022 Artist Gift Guide. As you guys may or may not know, anywhere from 2 to 3 years ago, I started my YouTube channel, and in that time, I have painted, tested, and reviewed many products, and I do mean many. I have a studio that is full of things that I've collected over the last 2 to 3 years. And I took the time to go through those things, to sift through them and find what I thought were the best quality products that I would be able to suggest and speak with you guys about that you may be interested in for the holiday season coming up, whether you're purchasing a gift for yourself just so that you can feel good and add to your own collection, or you're purchasing a gift for someone else, a beginning artist or someone who's been painting for a while. It really doesn't matter. The items that we're going to look at today are over a wide range, several different grades, and I think that you may find something suitable for whatever occasion you or situation, you're trying to get it to fit. So we're going to go ahead and jump right in because I don't want this video to be too long at all. We've divided the video up into 3 categories. There's going to be student grade, professional grade, and then travel products. And then of course, I do also have an honorary mention category because there is a product that I would like to give some honorary mention to that I think is very underrated, both the company and the product. So we're going to start off with the student grade range, and I don't have these in any particular order. These are just products that I've pulled based on their use and my enjoyability in using those in my art journey, and I feel that they are great products that are budget friendly and you definitely would not be wasting your money on. So we're going to go ahead and start off again in the student grade category. So the first product I pulled was the Mungyo water-soluble oil pastels. Now, this is a 24 count set. Mungyo is a very reputable company. These are wonderful, wonderful pastel, guys. Now, this is probably one of the only products I'm going to show you that I do not have a review for. And I am going to put a link of the Thrifty review playlist in the video description. And then each of these will also have the individual link so that you can go to that specific review listed along with the pricing, just in case you're interested in sourcing them for a gift or for your own collection. So again, 24 beautiful colors. These are really smooth and really creamy. Mungyo is known for making really good quality, student grade, upper student grade products. I really do like them. If you've ever been interested in oil pastels and you're just not really sure about the blendability, you're really not sure about how to get started with them, this is definitely a product I would suggest. They're water soluble, so they are going to blend really easily with the water. You're going to be able to layer them. You have enough colors in this set start off to cover a wide range of compositions, because you can mix the colors to create new colors. And as I said, there's not a video review for this one. There is a video review for the Crayola portfolio water-soluble oil pastels, and they're going to work pretty much the same way. If you guys want to check that review out on that particular brand, these would work just like it. But I suggest these as a gift, because you can pretty much find them in the same price range, and I believe this is a much better quality product than the Crayola is. And I love these. I've used them in tutorials on the video on the channel before. So those are going to run somewhere in the neighborhood. And keep in mind that all of the pricing that I'm going to tell you about is what's currently listed at the time that I'm shooting this video, and hopefully by the time you guys see it, there won't be any fluctuation in prices. But you can get the Mungyo 24 count water soluble oil pastel set for $10.98 currently. That is a wonderful price for 24 very bright, vibrant, and brilliant colors. So that is the first recommendation in the student grade. Let's move on. The second recommendation that I'm making is for some watercolor pencils. And those are the Fantasia Artist Premium Watercolor Pencils. It's a 36 count set. Guys, I fell in love with these pencils when I use them. And I find myself going back to them, grabbing them a lot when I'm doing a little work just around the studio, maybe even for something that I'm not going to post a video on. I've done some birthday cards and other different type of cards with them. I've done artwork that I've given as gifts, or I've even done some artwork that I sold. But of course, whenever I'm using a student grade product, I am sure to tell the buyer that, you know, it's probably not a light, fast composition, and it will fade. I love to be very upfront about anything. Like, the best honesty is the best policy. So 36 bright, beautiful colors dissolve really easily in water. Of course, I suggest a synthetic brush for pushing those pigment around, but you can paint directly from the lid. The pencils are really centered. Now, although the color tab on the end is not a great indication of what the color actually is, so I do suggest that you swatch them, but this is definitely my recommendation of the products that I've reviewed and have experience with. You can currently get the Fantasia 36 count of watercolor pencils for $24.99 at the time that this video is being taped. So definitely something I suggest, that you take a look at the review on, which will be linked again in the video description, in case you're interested in those. Great product, great for beginners, and I think they're really great for intermediate and experienced artists as well, because sometimes our products can get too precious when we pay a lot of money for them, and this is a really high quality product that is very budget friendly. Again, that's $24.99. And I mean, everything that I've picked, I've kind of tried to keep under the $50 mark. A lot of it under the $40 mark. There's a few items in the professional category when we get to it that may get up towards 50 bucks, but everything is very affordable. The next thing we're going to look at in the student grade category are some colored pencils. The KingArt Pro 72 count of color pencils. Guys, this is one of my favorite student grade sets that I have, and I have many. I think the pencils are very beautiful. There are not a lot of samey colors in them. They blend really easily. They sharpen really well. There's not a lot of breakage. The lids were pretty centered. I really love the way that they blended together and they work together. You have enough colors, of course, with 72 to put a wide variety of color ranges to do many different compositions. Really beautiful, layer really well, blend really well. I just think these are a really nice student grade pencil. I mean, if you like, and this is just my opinion now, if you like Prismacolor, if you're a Prismacolor art lover, I think that this would be a great budget priced alternative to them. But the difference is with these is that the lids don't break nearly as easy as my Prismacolors do. So that's the major difference. And of course, KingArt is a newer company, and it is a private label company, so I'm not sure who makes their or manufactures their pencils, but these pencils are some good ones. You can find these pencils for $29.99 currently. That is a $30 price for 72 pencils. That is an absolutely wonderful price for those pencils. Now, I didn't, and I should have broken down the prices for each of these sets based on what each individual item in that set costs. But if I had to just round it out and guess, you're paying less than $1 a piece for each of these pencils. That's absolutely amazing for 72 pencils, especially 72 pencils that have such a color payoff and blend and layer so well. So again, that's the KingArt Pro 72 count of color pencils. Lastly, in the student category, we're going to look at a paint. And my suggestion in the student grade paint category, or student grade category for paints, are the Mijello Pretty Excellent 36 count of watercolors. This is probably the best student grade set of paints I've ever used, and Lord knows I have reviewed a lot of them, including some legacy brands like Grumbacher Academy. But these paints are super transparent, guys. You definitely have to swatch them out. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about that. You cannot just look at the colors in the pan to tell what they are. They come in a really, really nice, beautiful little tin with a brochure and a swatch sheet and a water brush. You can check out the review for this. I won't go into too much detail other than to say that they're really beautiful and transparent. They layer and lift really well. They react well to salt. And I mean, you just can't beat the richness of colors. And they're currently listed for $20.99. The thing about these paints though is I say watch them because they will fluctuate. I have seen them go as low as like $15. Sometimes they're like $17 with a 5% off coupon. And those links will be in the video description. So if you guys are interested, please check out the review and then go get these. This is a wonderful gift. This is, I would suggest this for anybody artsy that uses paints, especially watercolor paints. I don't care what your level is. You're going to love these paints. I've been painting with them quite a bit. As you can see, they're pretty dented. This, again, is probably my favorite student grade paint. And when I do my next mini workshop, this is going to be the paints that I use in that workshop. And these are going to also be the paints that I suggest for my students to get in their workshop. Wonderful, wonderful. Guys, do yourself a favor. So that is the Mijello Pretty Excellent 36 count of watercolor. And that is all of the suggestions in the student grade category. Let's move on to the professional grade category. And I did try to pull a product to cover all ranges. So we'll start off in the professional range category with watercolor pencils. And we're taking a look at the Koh-i-noor Mondeluz 72 count of watercolor pencils. Oh my God, I can't even get it out. These are absolutely amazing pencils, guys. I won't go ahead and I won't pull them out. I'll put out the swatch sheet so you can see it. Beautiful, beautiful colors. Layer really well, blend really well, mix well to make other colors. I mean, disperse really easily in water. The pigment payoff is so heavy with really light pressure. The pencils are really comfortable to hold. I actually had I didn't have any type of fatigue, or my hands didn't hurt in any type of way using these pencils. The legs sharpen to a pretty, you know, fine point. You can do some really great detailing with them. They work pretty well as a colored pencil. If you're adding some definition to like a layer of watercolors or watercolor, even the watercolor pencils after you've dissolved them, they just work really well in so many different aspects. They're currently priced at $42.50 for this 72 count set. Now that is at the upper end of the $50, $0 to $50 price range, but they are definitely worth it. They're a step up from any of the student grade products that we have looked at on the channel when it comes to the watercolor pencils. So as far as professional, the ones that I have, and I do have several different ones, but all of the products that I pulled, I tried to make sure that not only were they top quality, but they were really budget friendly. So although there were other things that I may have wanted to suggest for this particular video, these are just the things that are the most economical but are going to give you the most payoff. So basically the most bang for your buck. Again, that's the Mondeluz 72 count of watercolor pencils, and those are currently $42.51, guys. $42.51. Wonderful product. Wonderful product. All right, moving on, we're going to look at colored pencils in the professional category. And for those, my suggestion are the Arteza Artist Quality 48 count expert color pencils. Now, let me throw this out. Arteza is a pretty new company. They've been around for a couple of years now. They have several different ranges. If you're going to order these pencils, you want to first of all make sure that they are the expert brand. Here's the thing. Arteza is a private label company. So like a lot of private labeled art companies, they source their products to be manufactured in other bigger factories. Now, there comes the case in sometimes when they may switch factories, and in that case, the quality of the product may change. Now, let me be clear when I say that these are the pencils that was their 2019 edition. If I'm not mistaken, let me make sure. Yeah, so this was 2018. So any of the Arteza products that you got 2019 or earlier were of one quality, and then I think they switched manufacturers. So if you can find the Arteza 48 set colored pencils that were manufactured 2019 or earlier, I would definitely suggest them. Guys, these are some beautiful pencils. They put me a lot in the mind of, I had the opportunity to use Holbein colored pencils, and I think that these are a great dupe for Holbein. They are beautiful pencils. They give you a really nice range of colors. They're not as soft as, like, say, Prismacolor, or maybe the lid is not as soft as like the KingArt Pro pencils that we looked at in the student grade category. However, the color payoff from the pigment load, the solubility, and just the overall quality of these pencils are a little bit better, and they are professional pencils, so they should be. Now, this is more like a quote-unquote introductory professional pencil, but I think they're wonderful. I think you really get the bang for your buck. They do really well in mixed media. They do really well just being used individually. I mean, used by themselves instead of with another product. I don't think you can go wrong, or that you will be disappointed. Now, I've heard some different things about the products produced after 2019. That's not to say that they're bad. I haven't tried them. As you can see, my set is from 2018, and they're beautiful. They are absolutely beautiful pencils. So I say go for it if you can find them. These pencils currently run $29.99, which is a wonderful buy. That makes them less than $1 a pencil for 48 pencils. And I don't think you can go wrong for a professional product. So yeah, that is Arteza 48 count of colored pencils. I definitely suggest them. Any colored pencil lover would probably fall in love. And the products that I'm showing you, guys, can be used by artists in any range. Beginner, intermediate, experienced, super experienced, advanced. These products will work for anyone. All right, lastly, in the professional grade category, we're going to look at some paints, and my suggestion for paints are the Jello Mission Gold class paints. Now, the set that I've had the chance to review and that I'm speaking of is the 24 tube 7 milliliter set. But of course, Mijello is a legacy Korean art company, so they produce their own paints. You're going to get the same quality no matter what size set you get, so you don't have to worry about that if you decide you want to get a bigger set of these paints. Now, the painting demos and the review for this paint has not aired yet, and actually I think this video is going to air maybe a week or two before the actual review for these paints. But you'll get a chance to see the review, so make sure you hit the notification bell for that. But take my word for it when I tell you that, hands down, these are probably the best paints I have in my studio. Absolutely beautiful, super pigment. Not a huge color shift from wet to dry, excuse me. Layer really well, blend really well, make beautiful colors. You have a split primary palette already included, so you can pull those out in order to practice on your color mixing, or if you want to work with a limited palette in order to make sure that your composition has color harmony. Listen, beautiful paints, Korean-based company. They're gonna come with light fast information. They're gonna come with pigment information. They're gonna come with transparency information. You can buy the paints open stock if you ever wanted to replace a color or start with a small set and then build on it once you've decided that you like them. But take my word for it, amazing. Do not miss the review on these paints. Do not miss getting to see how they perform, guys. You would love them. These are definitely, I feel like these are my buy of the year. Of all the paints that I've bought during 2022, or actually of all the paints that I've bought since I started this art channel, which has been years now, these are probably the better paints that I've used, even compared to like the Paul Rubens that we reviewed. We've reviewed White Knight professional paints. We've reviewed Core professional paints. We've reviewed oh God, we've reviewed some other ones. We reviewed Paul Rubens Candy Colors. We haven't reviewed Daniel Smith, but I have a limited palette of Daniel Smith colors, which I've tested and painted, and I'm going to eventually do a review on. And although Daniel Smith are probably great quality, or not probably, are great quality, I love these paints, and these are definitely a suggestion. You can currently get this 24 count for $36.48, which is an amazing price per tube for 7 milliliter tubes, and to get such high quality. Go check it out, guys. You will really love those. All right, and we're moving with this. We're moving with this. I didn't want to make it too long. We're going to enter the last category here. Well, we have 2 more left. This one is the travel category. Now, what I'm going to be looking at are products that are suitable for travel, that I think are very budget friendly, and that I think are very high in quality. Okay, this first one has a little controversy behind it. It really depends on who you ask. So the first travel product that I'm suggesting is the 12 count of Prismacolor Premier watercolor pencils. Now, it really depends on what artist you've asked. I've heard some artists tear these down, but I'm here to tell you, I love them. I think that they are I like Prismacolor products anyway, so maybe I'm a little biased. I don't know. But I don't think that has anything that takes away from the quality of the product at all. They're really pigmented, super rich. Take a look. I mean, you get 12 beautiful colors. You can mix, because these are watercolor pencils. They're going to operate just like watercolors. They're just in stick form. You can use them in color pencil form because they're in stick form. Multi-use. You can paint directly from the lid with these. The barrels, all of them were centered. They sharpen pretty easily. And here's the thing, Prismacolor has the tendency to break when you sharpen them, especially the color pencil range. I didn't really find that issue with these. I didn't really sharpen them too sharp, and maybe that's it. But I didn't have a bad breakage issue, and it doesn't take a lot of pressure to get a lot of color. So those are currently running a whopping $19. Yes, they are currently they might be cheaper than that. I'm trying to take a look at my notes. I'm not sure. I think they're currently $19 or less. But even at that price range, $20 for 12, super highly pigmented. And you know, I don't really say that this is a student grade. I personally think that Prismacolor products are on the professional level. Again, that's going to depend on who you ask. That's just my opinion based on my use. But I suggest them. I think they're a wonderful product. I think they'll make a great stocking stuffer. Someone who's just starting in watercolor pencils, who you don't want to get a large set for, so they can, you know, kind of get a feel for them and see if it's something they want to continue in. Someone who's been painting with pencils for a while and needs a nice little travel set that'll easily fit in a bag or a backpack or a purse. Because, I mean, you can just grab this, a pad, and a water brush, and those 3 items are really all you need in order to paint with watercolor pencils. So definitely a suggestion, guys. Regardless of the controversy you may hear, I suggest them. Okay, lastly in this category, we're going to look at a travel set of paints. My palette is a little dirty here. I should be ashamed of myself. But in the travel category, I recommend, or I suggest, the Winsor & Newton Cotman 14-piece compact travel box. This is a really nifty, cute little box. Again, a product with some controversy. I've heard some people say that they don't really like the way the palette is, the way the palette is laid out. I disagree. I think it's pretty cool. I don't have any problems painting with it. It comes with Cotman quality colors, which of course Winsor & Newton is a legacy company, so it has a reputation for making a really good product. It comes with a number 5 round Cotman travel brush in the kit with it. This little removable tray, which I'm not sure if this is supposed to be for you to put water in or more area to mix in. You have a slide out mixing area here on the bottom. You have a mixing area here on the top. So for a travel palette, I feel like you have a lot of mixing room, a little place to stick your thumb in. And of course, Cotman quality paints are, in my opinion, really good. You can't go wrong with them. I mean, they're of course not the best paints in the whole wide world, but they're tried and true, and they will definitely stand up. You're going to get pigment information. You're going to get light fast information with them. And they make a wonderful little travel set that's 14 different colors. And you can pretty much paint a wide range of compositions from it. Now, you can currently get this travel palette for $25.24. So as you can see, all of the products are ranging, I mean, from the $10 mark for the water soluble pastels all the way up to $42 for the Mondeluz watercolor pencils. But those are not bad price ranges for the things that we've looked at, considering the quality that I know they have. Lastly, we are going to look at an honorable mention product. The honorable mention category, I decided to throw this in because one, I feel like this company doesn't really get the recognition it deserves, especially maybe here in the United States. Overseas is a different things, but here in the United States, you see it, you hear about it, but you don't really see a lot of people reviewing it that I've seen. You don't really see a lot of people talking about it, and that is Staedtler. So in the honorable mention category, my recommendation are the Staedtler 36 count of double-ended watercolor brush pens. Now, if you don't know what they are, they're basically water-soluble markers. Unlike alcohol markers, which you have to use a Gamsol to move, with these you just simply use water, and they work pretty much like a watercolor from that point. You can do all the same effects with them that you do with watercolors or even watercolor pencils. The difference is you have a solid stick that offers you a lot of control. Now, there is also a review for this, just like pretty much everything else. And that review currently has like over 9,000 views on it, guys. Amazing. Thank you guys for the support. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you found information in that video about this product that you like. So yeah, from the bottom of my heart, just thank you for those watch hours. That's amazing. But again, these are going to hit you for $19.66 for the 36 count, which makes them, again, less than $1 a marker. Beautiful price for a beautiful product. Staedtler would kind of I was about to say Staedtler would kind of rival Crayola, but I actually think the quality of their products is better than Crayola. I would kind of put Staedtler products in the same class as Faber-Castell Creative Studio, making them a much better student grade, higher quality product than Crayola is. And honestly, when I go into big box stores, especially, or even big box department stores, and I'm in the art section, if I need to pick something up and they have Staedtler, I will get that over Crayola, simply because, in my opinion, I'm getting a better product. All right, so there you have it, guys. That is the last thing I had to suggest. Excuse me. Those are the suggested products for the 2022 Thrifty Apprentice Artist Gift Guide. Hopefully you saw something that you like, or something that piqued your interest or attention to get someone else for a stocking stuffer, or maybe for a gift under the tree, or just for I love you, or just because you love yourself. So hopefully I was able to show you something you like. All right, guys, if you saw anything in this video that you like, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And even if you didn't give it a thumbs up, I'm just joking. But thumbs up do help the video and help the algorithm. So I really appreciate that you guys giving the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the content. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can get notification when new content comes out. Keep a lookout for the review on the Jello Mission Gold. The link is already in the video description, but the video hasn't premiered yet. Don't forget to comment. Let me know what you think about some of these products. Have you used them? What do you think about the gift guide video you know, just share your opinions and your thoughts with me. Don't forget to follow us on the Thrifty Apprentice Facebook page, Instagram page, and now on TikTok. And I also want to throw in, I have started a watercolor group on Facebook. It's called Watercolor Paints, Pencils, and Pastels, a Thrifty Apprentice art group. There will be a link for it in the video description if you guys are interested in joining that watercolor group. I feel like it's going to be a great place for us to share in art, learning, and growing, and for me to be able to share on a regular basis really thrifty products that you guys might find interesting. That's also going to be where we start doing all of the giveaways and the contest moving forward. So if there's something you think you'll be interested in, don't forget to hit that link in the video description and go ahead and join or send a join request for the watercolor paints, pencils, and pastels group. And yeah, remember, as I tell you at the end of every single video, just keep painting.